you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back. Boy, they're gonna hang you high. 1878 was the year I remember so well. They put my father in an early grave, slung my mother in jail. Now I don't know what's right or wrong, but they hung Christ on nails. 6 kids at home and 2 still on the breast, they wouldn't even give a bail. We sing, Poor Ned, you're better off dead, or at least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back, boy, they're gonna hang you high. You know I wrote a letter about Stringy Bark Creek, so they would understand that I might be a busher ranger, but I'm not a murdering man. I didn't want to shoot Kennedy or that copper-Lonnie gun. He alone could have saved his life by throwing down his gun. We sing, oh Ned, you're better off dead, at least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back, boy, they're gonna hang you high. And they hung him in the Melbourne jail. He fought so very bravely, dressed in iron mail. And no man single-handed can hope to break the bars. It's 1,000 like Ned Kelly who'll hoist the flag and stars. And we sing, oh Ned, you're better off dead, at least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back, boy, they're gonna hang you high. Poor Ned, you're better off dead, at least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back, boy, they're gonna hang you high. Can hope to break the bars, it's 1,000 like Ned Kelly who'll hoist the flag and stars. And we sing, oh Ned, you're better off dead, at least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back, boy, they're gonna hang you high. Poor Ned, you're better off dead, at least you'll get some peace of mind. You're out on the track, they're right on your back, boy, they're gonna hang you high. Roll your pants up.
Take one, babe.
If everybody in Australia, Perth to Byron Bay, got on a jumbo for California, wearing New York t-shirts, living in LA, tell Malcolm we're Servin USA. We think Jimmy Carter is a real good bloke. We'll sell him our country for a $1 and a coke. He won't sell uranium, we'll give it away. Tell Malcolm we're Servin USA. We'll all be serving in Queensland, outside USA, inside, outside USA, Sydney, Brisbane, inside, outside USA, inside, outside USA, inside, outside. Tell Malcolm we're Servin USA. We all sing like Americans, playing rock and roll. Have a beer at Blindman before it gets old. Eat out at the Cuddles and on election day. Tell Malcolm we're Servin USA. We'll all be serving in Queensland, outside USA, inside, outside USA.
USA. Tell Malcolm we're Servin USA.
Joe spoke no English, but he had a dream, and he saved up most of his pay to bring his wife and 6 kids from Lebanon and settle down here to stay. You could feel the prison of his loneliness, 'cause he wouldn't see them for years. He kept brandy behind the compressed air tanks, and he gulped it when the coast was clear. Nick the Greek collected tropical fish, but he had to be a character too. So he smuggled in piranha just to break the law, and he fed him on kangaroo. And Bob's pride was his handlebar moustache, and he said he still combed out sand. Pushed a tank through the Sahara Desert, so they made him the leading hand. The summer night shifts were long and cold, and Charlie don't smoke cigars. Young David sweated in his speckle paint mask as he gazed out at the stars. Crazy Charlie was a Yugoslav, his old straight-eight Chevy could move. His ambition was to live on a hippie commune when Dave told him about free love. Fred had been a farmer and a heavyweight champ, he had hands like a stump jump plough. Move the earth with a thrust of his arm, he was loading on the paint line now. And the boys made a noise every Friday night at the bar of the Hilton Hotel, downing pints and chewing the fat till the 10 o'clock closing bell. It was only room until the foreman came, and hiding his shame with a cough, he said they're cutting back down to 1 shift now, they're gonna have to lay you off. Joe held his gaze and gulped the brandy and spat it out at his feet. Bob stood bolt still looking thunderstruck, Nick swore for an hour in Greek. But their anger was spent in a rush of fire and then smouldered out of mind. When they shook hands on that last great day, each was in his way resigned. And a few days later I saw old Joe, and he looked like he'd aged 10 years. Dread on the tiles of the State Hotel, and he couldn't hold back the tears. When he talked of his clothing, heavyweight bouts, I remembered what he'd said. There's no giving up on that killing floor, if you don't fight you get. If you work with your hands for your livelihood, someday you might have to choose. When the class war rages on the factory floor, if you don't fight you lose.
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 If you don't fight, you lose.
If you don't fight.
If you don't fight you lose. If you don't fight you lose.
I am a wealthy barrister, about $100 a word. I've got a plum stuck in my mouth, I'm really such a turd. I attended PAC, I met my wife at the prefect's ball. I am the elder Fotheringay, and she was apprentice Paul. I passed my matriculation, 4 D's and a C. Daddy bought me a Mercedes Benz, and he bought me a law degree. I voted for Mount Fraser, was a decent thing to do. Was a vote against the communists, and I hope that you did too. I love to read the Bulletin and watch the ABC. I love to air my well-informed opinions constantly. All my friends are professionals from polite society. So come and sing the middle-class liberal. I've got a home in Beaumont Rag with me. I bought a brand new Range Rover, the Outback is a lark. I slip it into four-wheel drive at gates of National Park. Oh, the working class are out of place when they are on strike. I drive my Jag in circles trying to knock them off their bikes. I love to read the Bulletin and watch the ABC. I love to air my well-informed opinions constantly. All my friends are professionals from polite society. So come and sing the middle-class liberal. I've got a home in Beaumont Rag with. Come and sing the middle-class liberal. I've got a home in Beaumont Rag with me. Oh, well, it's one more boring Thursday night in Adelaide, and it looks like everybody must have died. There's no one on the streets and nothing on TV. Well, I think I'll go and burn my TV guide. Doesn't Ernie Sigley bring you down? Don't you think Mike Willis's a clown? Oh, well, I think I'd like to go and hear some rock and roll music played. So I'll check the amusement pages of the paper. Reggae bands doing one-night stands at the Lion Hotel and Aqaba. And the girl by the bar thinks I'm gonna take her home in my MG. And hanging out at discos brings you down. Hanging out at discos brings you down. Out on Anzac Highway in my rusty old FB, and I'm looking for some food to take away. Finger-licking kitten and a double-fisted bun. Well, I chewed and spewed, and so I'm here to say, Orange Atlantic's pizza bars bring you down. Orange Atlantic's pizza bars bring you down. Yes, we know it was the festival of art and all that stuff, and the culture vultures still sat on the fence. Before you put your bum in those plush red seats, take a look in your backyard. Don't we need some changes in this town? Party, party, cities bring you down. Don't we need some changes in this town? Before you put your bum on those plush red seats, take a look in your backyard. Don't we need some changes in this town? Are you proud white Australians wherever you are? Beer in your hand and your elbow on the bar. All you people from Darwin to the south in your blue-faded jeans with a joint in your mouth. You young sophisticats making the scene at the Lion Hotel in your rolled-up jeans. Something going on, we're all implied. Last night another pickaninny died. In the dirt-filled gutters on the cold concrete at the nightclub end of Pineley Street sit dusky young ladies learning the rules from drunks and traps and the hard knock school. Milky brown eyes from drinking all day till it's time at the Carrington Cabaret. Down at the port, a sick black mum rings for a taxi, but the taxi won't come. It's probably too painful for us to understand, but 200 years ago we overran their land. Dreamtime's just a nightmare now, an alcoholic sleep. Australia, land of things to do, have you got time to wait? Free land, fire and rain, white man's wealth and black man's pain. You've gotta be white if you wanna get in. It's the black man's country but the white man's sin. Rather distasteful for civilised man, hide them away in unknown land. Shake your head and say that's that as you kick away the bottles on Pinky Flat. It's probably too painful for us to understand, but 200 years ago we overran their land. Dreamtime's just a nightmare now, an alcoholic sleep. Australia, land of things to do, have you got time to wait? I wanna send a telegram, send it to the captain asking where the hell I am. I've been on this luxury cruise for 25 years or more, and I've just begun to wonder where we're headed for. Banky's playing American songs from 1973, getting wise to the officers' lies that we've even got a country. Say we're independent and we've got the right to choose. Well, we're sick of doing nothing. We'd like some work, we'd like some work, we'd like some work to do. You keep us plied with drink, but when we cruise through Southeast Asia it made us stop and think. We never take on passengers though we seem to have lots of room. I can't escape the notion, Captain, that this is a floating zone. Banky's playing American songs from 1973, getting wise to the officers' lies that we've even got a country.
like some work, we'd like some work, we'd like some work to do. Bank explained the imperial waltz far across the sea. Not a long way from discontent to open mutiny. Say we're independent and we've got the right to choose. Well, we're sick of being passengers. We've got some work, we've got some work, we've got some work to do.
From the hills of Labadia, ice-capped peaks and eagle's spire, olive groves and a bowl of stew. You dance all night with a kin you never knew. Australia seemed like a land of dreams, frigid air and 2 TVs. Process work won't pay the bills, kids need juice, take 6 weeks of saving. And the debt collector haunts your sleep like a shadow at your heels. We can offer tea and sympathy, but can't know how it feels. Take your booze to the bottle every Friday night and drink them all away. Take the world in your hands when the weekend comes, 'cause tomorrow's another day. Oh Maria, sweet Maria, the blinds are torn and the doors ajar. A sneaking draught, it chills your bones. Maria, you're so far from home. Foreman leers as he walks by, ugly dial and furtive eyes. You refuse again today, and what will come, there's no way of saying. They rob you blind, they suck you dry. You sell your life, they sell your lies. Wogs and sprogs, you hear them saying, when you meet them face to face, they turn away. And the crime winds high in the used car yards, and the semis whine at night. Checkered dreams of sanctuary to the flicker of a neon light. Take your blues to the bottle every Friday night and drink them all away. Take the world in your hands when the weekend comes, 'cause tomorrow's another day. Oh Maria, sweet Maria, the blinds are torn and the doors ajar. Sneaking draught, it chills your bones. And Maria, you're so far from home. Husband's face is pocked and lined, pride is shattered and his rage is blind. Out of work, short of hope, you try to talk but he just won't understand. Oh Maria, sweet Maria, the blinds are torn and the doors ajar. A sneaking draught, it chills your bones. And Maria, you're so far from home. And you sing your song alone. Plains, Ted was born in 1895. Frost from the loins onto rusty soil, and the cord was cut with a scythe. He said people there are city folk today, and they couldn't tell shit from clay. A ripening crop of Stobie poles, there's no regrets when the memory roams. That earth is in me bones. He did his bit in the First World War, took the shilling to fight the Hun. Cut up to his crotch in Flanders fields, and the gas eating at his lungs. He said me best mate died hanging on the barbed wire, and when the attack was through, we took some prisoners to HQ, shared a bag and a yarn or two. Ted what history meant as he sharpened his hedging shears. What a bloody full question that is, my boy, I've lived it for 83 years. See him every year on Anzac Day, swilling beers down the Rex Hotel. He'd laugh with his mates, go deep in thought, where he went even he couldn't tell. He said, king and country, cock and bull, we fought just to survive. The anger might have faded, still this feeling grabs me deep inside. I guess you could call it pride. There's a navvy on the line in the Nullarbor, depression left its scars, heaving cold steel rails in the burning sun, freezing beneath the stars. He said, if you escaped the Susso queues, you had a hell of a price to pay. And when time flowed like an open wound, I'd blow me dough on a Saturday, drink the pain away. And I asked old Ted what history meant as he sharpened his hedging shears. What a bloody full question that is, my boy, I've lived it for 83 years. On Sunday Arvo he'd sit and talk over a dozen cold West End, but what was gained and what was lost and would never come again. He said, money, you know, it comes and goes on booze and rent and fags. You can make a fortune on overtime and lose it all on the nags. But years of toil with a bunch of mates, you know, it leaves you satisfied. Though we never moved a mountain, we sure gave it a try. Pick the wheat from the chaff and the steel from the skirt, and the honest man from a liar, if wisdom came by other names. Ted deserved fire. And on the day that old Ted died, no one would have known. Buried in a pauper's grave, he lived and died alone. And the 727 trod overhead with a drone of the angry roads. There seemed to pause for just a while, and the silence was heard around for miles. And the silence was heard for miles. Cd, and who the hell is Ayatollah Khomeini? And it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sit home and watch you all on my colour TV. Well, I never look further than my own back door, except when wrapped up in my Commodore. I was reading Nostradamus for 1984, but I ran out of Valium and then I got bored. And it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sit home and watch you all on my colour TV. Well, I prune in June and I plant in October, and I write to the council when a sign gets knocked over. I always say that Channel 10 News is best, especially when the weather girl wears a low-cut dress. And it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sit home and watch you all on my colour TV. of life. The fridge is full of beer and I'm alright, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sit home and watch you all on my colour TV. Well, my son's gone off to the Eastern War, and Killen wrote a letter explaining what for. It's the very first job the boy's ever held, to learn a good trade while he sees the world, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sit home and watch you on my colour TV. I'm watching colour TV. Thanking God it's not me. OPEC X on an ITT, presenting World War III. Little offices in Adelaide, you count company profits but you're underpaid. There must be more to life than the promise of another day. So collect your tools and pack your bags. The sea is calling, hoist a brave new flag. We'll make history in the forests of Paraguay. We won't drop anchor till we reach Altamira Sound. Heave away when you Australia bound. Heave away when you Australia bound. For virgin ground. Wide-eyed romantics on a half-paved dream. Your motives aren't what they seem. You've got your feet caked in Australian mud, and you can't deny what's in your blood. And the Paraguay skies and the night so cold, you can forsake your country and lose your soul. You gotta run from your troubles, no need to stand your ground. Heave away when you Australia bound. We drop anchor till we reach Altamira Sound. Either way, we're New Australia bound. The virgin ground. When the convicts arrived in Australia, the soldiers didn't have a lot to do. So for entertainment, they made the convicts dance while the soldiers piped a tune. It was the British Domination Quickstep. Quickstep up your work, listen to the beat. They got the power in their hands and the load off their feet. Later, the governor was still on his seat. The people were farming and mining. The cockies ate the chaff while the squatters ate the wheat. It was the British Domination Quickstep. Quickstep up your work, listen to the beat. They got the power in their hands and the load off their feet. Two world wars later, Rule Britannia began to die. Pig Eye and Bob rocked the cradle. Yankee Doodle was the nation's lullaby. It's now the Yankee Domination Quickstep. Quickstep up your work, listen to the beat. They got the power in their hands and the load off their feet. It's the foreign domination Quickstep. Quickstep up your work, listen to the beat. They got the power in their hands and the load off their feet. At the Quay, somewhere down Woodville, a smoky grey Thursday. Take out your sword. Stewie was born, there was blood on the sheets. Doctor was drunk and the sister was bored. Home was a weatherboard housing trust unit, a low cyclone fence and a sparse gravel drive. Dad was a truckie from Adelaide to Melbourne, 2 trips a week just to keep him alive. First sentence to Stewie was going to school. In prison grey trousers he walked in the yard. His mum shed a tear at his Vaseline pushback, clutching a ruler, his name on a card. Step 4 Stuart Bedson, the headmaster said. It seemed like Stewie was always in strife. Step 4 Stuart Bedson, the magistrate said. This time 10 years, next time life. Grades 1 to 7 passed pretty quickly. Detention and caning and 1 million lines. Stewie could write just enough to get by. Stewie could read all the shoplifting signs. There was a bond for a biro and a fine for some fags. Another kid's bike leading up to a car. Photographs, fingerprints, juvenile courthouse. A year in McNally's for going too far. Step 4 Stuart Bedson, the magistrate said. Over pine panel woodland, the face of the law. We think you're a threat to property and justice. 3 years up the creek while we make sure. robbery with violence in retaliation for beatings and bashings at the hands of the screws. Time in and time out and time and again. Is this what they mean by paying your dues? Some people had plenty while others had none. For the same working week, it seemed year after year, worked over by coppers for tipping the scales. Life wasn't meant to be easy. Step for Stuart Bedson, the magistrate said, over pine panel wood, lend the face of the law. We think you're a threat to property and justice. 3 years up the creek while we make sure. At the Quay, somewhere down Woodville, a smoky grey Thursday. Take out your sword. Stewie was born, there was blood on the sheets. Doctor was drunk and the sister was bored. Got a lot of money now, who needs trees? We've all got jobs now, no more coal. Plenty of money now, uranium sold. Well, I'll ensure supply won't stop, 'cause I'm Australia's nuclear cop. Well, I guard the world and it's plain to see. I look after you after looking after me. Peace and safety, I'll make sure. At least until someone owns me more. We've all got boats, planes and more. 25 fingers, that's a ball. Never been better in this land of dreams. Cake and steak and American jeans. Stuart Highway sealed and last. Taking Jeffy on to the airport path. Adelaide galleries full of art. Nothing stirred here and Fort of Start. I'll come and inspect your uranium shop, 'cause I'm Australia's nuclear cop. Oh, you look out your window at the cold grey dawn. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday morning. Pour a cup of coffee, better make it a strong one. With a man on the radio says it's gonna rain and it's gonna blow. It'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. Australia marched out of Vietnam, out in the streets against Uncle Sam, and we won the fight. It was a long one. Uranium demo the other day. One of my mates got dragged away as they slammed the door. I heard her say it'll be alright in the long run. Italian bloke who works with me. We swap laughs at company, and he slapped me on the back, said, "You're wrong, son. This isn't the land I was told it'd be. It's not so equal and not so free, but it'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run." It'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. It'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. It'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. It'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. It'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright in the long run. From the shadow of history, a convict screams, the shearer's curse, the people dream. We've taken some right turns, they've been the wrong ones. Troop jets leave and the headlines blaze. Australia remembers happier days, and the faith lives on within the haze. It'll be alright in the long run. So you sit in your cab, stare at the fire, the doubts drop away as the hope gets higher, and you sing to yourself, it'll be alright in the long run. And the sun gives ground to a long cold night. Screw up your courage for another fight, but you know in your heart it'll be alright in the long run. And the sun streams in with power and might, and you look at your kids in a different light, and you know in your heart as you kiss them goodnight, it'll be alright in the long run.
Came in from Melbourne on a Pioneer, Adelaide morning, warm and clear, and a past that wasn't quite within the law. And he opened yet another $10 room to a broken blind and a rising gloom, and a threadbare cotton carpet on the floor. And the music piping through the corridor played that song he'd heard before. It went, "Who'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me?" A suitcase held with rope and twine, his cleanest shirt and an open mind, a trail of debts to mark where he had been. 1,000,000 miles of racetracks and torn tickets on the ground, and his only son cut down in Phnom Penh Green. Police car crawled down Goodger Street as he looked for someplace cheap to eat. It was just another curbside interview, with a warrant out in Adelaide for a bad decision that he once made. An instinct took his tongue and pulled him through. So he left his hotel room that night in time to make a midnight flight with an overloaded truckie going east. And the line ran round inside his head. Was it something that his best friend said? "Who'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me?" Billabong's just a grubby pond, he's busy washing ore. The squatter drives a thoroughbred of steel, and if he runs forever, will his life be all in vain? At least that's how it makes him feel. Truckie pushed the cassette in as they rumbled through the Grampians. It played, "Who'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me?" Waltzing Matilda, come a-waltzing Matilda with me. And the truckie pushed a cassette in as they rumbled through the Grampians it played. Who'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me.
Julie did 3 years trade school. I served my apprenticeship time. We made a modest living, but we were upstage, 'cause computers don't strike or need holidays. Our parents ate bread and dripping, stole wood from the park to keep warm. We're eating by the heater in threadbare jeans, brown rice and kerosene. Life wasn't meant to be impossible. Spare us the indignity. 2 cheers for progress, reason denied. Whitewash and platitudes are all I can find. Our parents ate bread and dripping, stole wood from the park to keep warm. The cupboard's bare, all we can share is brown rice and kerosene. Sometimes I think about cocktails. Update Molotov's recipe. Forget the gravel ballast and stink of benzene. Use rice and kerosene. A major change of scene, like 1917, with people before machines.
It's a long hard road from Adelaide to Lincoln when the radiators hiss and steam. My heart's beating time to the front end shake. I got my lights stuck on high beam. The Kmart car park in Wyalla's just a flat crack concrete void. They don't sell many swimming pools, so many unemployed. When there's Lear jets over Kulgera, where the dust dances in the heat, sing a song for the poor young little rich country as they buy it from under our feet. And LTDs in Hawker, and talk of a tracking base, talking mineral yields and uranium deals, and looking like they own the place. Bundra's just a one-pub town, they've got a horse by the only tree. And rooms are cheap, you get beer on Sundays and they don't need locks and keys. The Confederate drank his bourbon straight, said I've come down from Mobile. He said you keep your blacks and your taxes down, investments so ideal. And there's Lear jets over Kulgera, where the dust dances in the heat, sing a song for the poor young little rich country as they buy it from under our feet. There's LTDs in Hawker, and talk of a tracking base, talking mineral yields and uranium deals, and looking like they own the place.
Fairchild, DuPont, Levi Strauss, Union Carbide, Westinghouse, Camalco, Exxon, Remington, Utah, Santos, IBM, SKF, Ford, Northrop Frye, Mitsubishi, ICI, Goodyear, Mobil, Davis Press, GM, Roche, CBS.
Rover came from Consing, Rio Tint. He had a bound prospectus in a leather briefcase and a snow job in fine print. Carte blanche from the mines department in a letter on a lamb's wool seat. The Geiger countersinks of countless prizes at the depth of 100 feet. And there's Lear jets over Kulgera, where the dust dances in the heat. Sing a song for the poor young little red country as they buy it from under our feet. And LTDs in Hawker, and talk of a tracking base, mineral yields and uranium deals, and look like they own the place. There's a corrugated highway leaning north from Port Augusta line with ratted cars that didn't rate a tow. The salt plains out of Pimba and your eyes begin to stream onto Kingunya, huddled dusty by the road. Romantic notions shattered like the tyres that didn't pack it. This has got to be the country's last frontier, where a sports car's next to useless running cattle grids and riverbeds. We drove a van from 1963. Someone mentioned walkabout and kiss your job goodbye, just to see the country shimmer through the windscreen, drinking beer, telling stories while the laughter filled the night, and flexi times behind you like a bad dream. You got a flat on Anzac Highway and Lawson on your shelf. It's a southern comfort, air-conditioned rage, and a homestead's more than just a cheap print dangling from a wall, and mateship's more than lines upon a page. We went looking for Australia in between the TV lines. The ABC just couldn't make it real. Coloured documentary from a beanbag on the floor never shows as much as it conceals. A stark and blistered Alice Springs, and a river runs with shame, and you wipe the sheets of bull dust from your eyes. Another country's uniform, and the mirage it falls apart to the open gap between the truth and lies. Go and see your country, mate, the travel agents scream. Politicians sell its heart just for a pastime. Signs and high-wire fences hold the land where I belong. It's as if I'm in the outback for the last time.